Shoot my shot with perfect aim. Third degree, that perfect flame. Ain't no sleep, that's the game. Oh, so southern, that's the slang. When they see me, that's the main. Chasing checks and fly like planes. Big old stick, I bought a cane. Flick my wrist and bought the ring. I'm so boss, we're not the same. Paid the cost and kept the change. Now I'm walking Hall of Fame. And I reside in the cloud. Grand wishes with these bitches. Taking pictures with the crowd and I'm out.
Yo. What's good, people? Hold on a minute. Happy Tuesday. Peace and blessings. Glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. It's good to be here. Shout out to my poets, writers, content creators. Blessings to all of you. Much love. We almost at that midweek mark. Don't strangle nobody. I know it's stressful. I know how that 9 to 5 stuff is, man. For real. We almost there. You see the title. I got a clip I want to play for you. I don't know how true or not this is, but I've heard stuff about this before. I never really took it too serious. But to see like it resurfaced on my timeline, yeah, we gotta go down that rabbit hole. So that's what I'm gonna do. We'll bring this up on the big screen. I'm gonna let her get her bars off. And we're gonna talk about it. Sound good? Cool. Let's see where I want to go. This. All right. Here's the thing, right? I don't like rumors. I don't like gossiping. I don't like smear campaigns. Quite frankly, whatever your personal life is, that's your personal life. If you want to sleep with a cow, I don't care. As long as you ain't hurting or harming nobody in the process, that's your prerogative. You know what I mean? So I know everybody is looking for the quick buck, looking to build momentum off of a controversy story, but at the risk of sacrificing somebody else's reputation, I'm not willing to do that. That's why I want to kind of get my 2 cents on this, because I've heard before that there might be like some weird things, and even with Cat Williams, he cooked Kevin Hart on that show. And he kind of alluded to this too. I'm gonna let it play out, and we're gonna talk.
Allegedly, Kevin Hart and his wife is going to be headed for divorce soon because of a serious problem, and we're going to get into it, y'all. So allegedly, The Rock and Kevin Hart have been having, everybody knows about it allegedly, apparently, and the roast just kind of made it more evident and clear in her eyes, and he was using the wife as a smokescreen, and it made her very uncomfortable, and she went home and asked that man some questions, and she pretty much found answers that she was looking for, okay? I think a lot of people already know, but yeah, allegedly The Rock and Kevin Hart have been together for the longest time. Also, allegedly Shaq and Kevin Hart as well too had a little thing going on, like, you know, back in the day. But yeah, Kevin Hart real soon is going to get exposed, and it's going to be nasty, y'all. Like, when I tell y'all it's going to be bad, like, this is going to be the one that, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, Kevin Hart, Cat Williams was right about you. Okay. And y'all will see soon when that wife and everything makes the headlines. Watch.
That's nasty. Nasty. Remember maybe a year or two ago, Cat Williams was on Shannon Sharp, and he basically told everybody that a lot of folks were going to get exposed. He went in deep detail with Hollywood. He went in deep detail with how things typically go in the industry in general. He said, look, I'm not about to risk or sacrifice my position and my calling just to appease the general public. He put it all on the line. People clown Cat Williams. People said he's crazy, he's on drugs. People said Cat Williams had no idea what he was talking about. He's a failed comedian. Everything that you could basically label a person, people said it. And shout out to Conspiracy Queen. I see you. It's been a minute. Happy to see you. Cat Williams didn't take the traditional route that everybody else does that I noticed going into that. You know, like most of the time when a person becomes famous or successful, there's always like this asterisk attached to their name. You had to walk through a certain door. You had to shake hands with certain people. You had to sign in blood with something. He seems to be one of the few allegedly that never did any of that. So that's what the pushback and the hatred is for. But I always knew when dealing with people in the music industry, Hollywood, et cetera, that there was always these unquestionable, unspoken words. It's like saying we drink water, but without it, we can't survive. It's like that's automatic. You just know food, sustenance, air, sustenance. That's how I always felt with Hollywood or anybody who unmasked a certain level of success. There's no way in the world you're going to tell me, and I like all of this ties into what I'm trying to get at. There's no way you're going to convince me that these people, as talented as they are, were able to maintain the level of success they did solely on righteousness. Argue with somebody else with that. Do I believe that this is some form of a humiliation ritual that's going on? I think there's a lot of it going on. What I'm trying to allude to is we idolize and worship these people so much we forget like they're human beings. They have carnal desires just like the rest of us. They eat crap, bleed, go through pain, suffering, just like the rest of us. They cheat, they're liars, they're manipulators. They all have the same mechanisms that we do. I don't know why it's such a disappointment to people when they find out this stuff is going on. I'm under the assumption that this is all allegations. None of it has been proven to be real as of yet. This is one person who decided, I'm going to get on the internet. I'm going to post and cover something that I saw and heard from another source without actually connecting me to the source. Like with the video, first of all, it's not my business if that's what's happening or not. But if you're going to post this, make sure there's references. I wanted to go and see where all of this was coming from. Did the wife speak out? Is there audio? Is there other links that's going to take me to something that shows what you're speaking on? Like, or are you getting this from a tweet? Are you getting this from a post? Do you have some type of source? Show me something that weird gray area where, oh, somebody reported on it, so you're supposed to just automatically assume that it's true. I can't do that. I refuse to do that. So in no way, shape, form, or fashion am I just going to sit here and assume that what she reported is accurate information, because for all I know, it's not. But we're going off of what if and what if not. On one side, if he was, are you really surprised? Would you really be surprised? I'm not. That spirit has been lingering around forever. I just finished watching a clip on Instagram where they had a whole child, a boy. It was a cartoon. He was begging his father to come to one of his performances. Apparently, dad didn't know that when he got there, he wasn't the one that was going to be boxing. He was actually a ring card girl. They had the boy dressed up like a ring card girl. So they putting that homosexual crap in the cartoons. That spirit has been lingering around forever. And I know them people in Hollywood eat blood and drink it, and they be on some of the most sick stuff. I already know. There ain't no way you're going to convince me otherwise. Everything that they do, there's a process. I don't know how many times I've been on social media. I've seen the conspiracy videos. Usher is this, Trey Songz is this person is this. Oh, they take blood from scared kids and they wait until they're terrified and then they drain it and put it in this and that. I've seen all of that. I know they on that. I know they are. Just because we don't see it or we can't definitively prove it, that don't mean it don't exist. And that's why I highlighted this one first, because the rituals are real, sorcery is real, dark magic is real, voodoo is real, all of that stuff actually exists. That's why so many people are crazy. They ill-mannered. Their biometrics is discombobulated. They don't know how to act like a human anymore. They're robotic. They're shells of their former self. Their identity has been completely and utterly obliterated, overly stimulated by all types of satanic content that gets pushed on social media through these different channels and networks. But you wouldn't believe that your favorites are moving like that. Katy Perry, hell, Shia LaBeouf. I can go down a long list of people that if I told you the type of stuff that they really were into, you would turn your TV off. You wouldn't believe it. Homosexuality is more abundant in the United States of America than it's ever been before. People aren't even closeted anymore. It's like, nah. At one point, you used to be scared and terrified to come out because it was embarrassing. When somebody found out that you was like that, your career was over. Me and Sarah earlier was just talking about that. The second someone found out you like the same gender, or like you couldn't even go to school with a bad haircut or cheap shoes. That's how serious you would get clowned and roasted. Now you can pretty much be the most devious creature on the face of the planet live for an hour and a half, and nobody cares. Nobody bats an eye to it. It's normal now. Kevin Hart, you get a lot of hate, a lot of it from people. You're not funny. You're not this. You're not that. We're not here for that. I think you have your good days and your bad days. What we're really here about is Cat Williams saying that everything was going to start to come out. Anytime you've seen The Rock and Kevin Hart together, they always laughing and joking. I never really thought nothing of it. I just thought, hell, shit, they did work together enough. You better have that type of chemistry with the person. If you're gonna watch one of these movies, you better be funny. Ain't nobody spending that money for nothing. But the more you hang around people, you can create chemistry. You can end up in situations that might challenge your level of logic. I'm trying to tread lightly with the words I'm looking for. People who have cheated on their spouses and considered this their work husband, their work wife, because what? You around them most of the time. You're there with them more than you are with your partner. So, like, of course, you're going to build some type of bond with them if you're not disciplined at all. Matter of fact, let me bring that back up. Hold on, let me see something. The dress. He wore the dress. I don't know how y'all feel about that. Anybody who wore the dress, especially men in specific, I wonder where would they be if they never put it on? That goes for Martin as well. Martin, Eddie Murphy, Tyler Perry. Like, I'm not about to sit up here and exclude one person over the next. All of them did it, and I loved Martin. I loved Norbit and all of them famous movies and popular shows. But at the end of the day, I'm not putting on no dress for nobody. I don't give a damn who you is. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it at all. You tripping. You're yelling at me. You put the dress on. You walk through them doors. You want to make this money. I've heard Corey say it. I've heard former rappers say it. I've heard former NBA players say it. The channels are still up. Some of these people disappeared, running for their life because they wasn't supposed to speak on it. If you walk through them doors, you're going to have to either do somebody or you're going to have to get done. And everything got to be recorded. So that is proof that they can use against you just in case you decide that you want to walk away from everything that they got going on, because it's paradise. This is what you want. You want the money, you want the fame, you want the popularity, you want everybody to like you, want everybody to support you and follow you. You don't want to be broke. You don't want to be on the street. You want everybody to love and admire you. You want the ladies to love you. You want to be irresistible. You want to be able to fly everywhere, even if that's at the risk of your butthole being Star Trek The Next Generation.
How dare you?
You want it to be mummified. You want them to manipulate your anal discord with all types of tripods and bottle caps and root beer sodas. Y'all niggas is the nastiest people on the planet. You're nasty as hell. Y'all worse than porn stars. For real, if we're being honest with you. The only reason we don't know about it or see about it is because it is never put in the camera. But they have it all. They're trophies. You know what's messed up? Again, I don't know, and I'm not here to confirm or deny the allegations or nothing, because I think that at the end of the day, when I conclude my theory, it's not going to change nothing. Sydney Starr absolutely destroyed Chingy's life. Sydney Starr is not even a biological woman. Sydney Starr is a man. She lied and said that her and Chingy had sexual relations. Later, that was proven to be inaccurate, but his career was done afterwards. What you apologizing for? See, back then it wasn't even accepted that much. You got destroyed for having that on you. So by the time it got here, where folks just don't care, it was already done. The damage. He cool now, but he ain't never been the same afterwards. I believe this part right here is absolutely a key factor. I'm looking at TV shows, sitcoms, movies, cartoons, animations. The men are dumb or they need to be saved or they're weak and they get beat up by the women. Women be 110 pounds, tossing them through windows, shooting AK-47s from 4 miles away and taking out a whole group of snipers. Why are you putting men in dresses? Matter of fact, like I never understood what was the purpose of that. Only to humiliate them, to make them feel less than. To me, it suggests that you are submitting your manhood to me. You are saying that you stand for nothing. You're telling me that this money, these jewels, these cars, all of this, all that means more to you. I'm your daddy. I'm your daddy. You answer to me. What else could it be? And I'm not making light of nobody's sexual preferences, nor am I judging anybody who decides to walk through the proverbial door. Look at the facts. Look at the destruction that is laid waste behind all of the choices and decisions that men make in order to be famous or to sustain it. I've been at the rock bottom. I know what it's like to be wanting to snap your finger and then have everything that you could ever want at your feet. I know what it's like to starve and to be hungry. I don't know nothing about picking up a phone and having everything just automatically right there the next day, or just hopping on a jet and going to Istanbul or Turks and Caicos. Nah, I don't know nothing about all that. But I also know that my soul is more valuable to me than a motherfucker telling me, get up, I'm calling, it's time for you to go suck some dick. Oh, son of a bitch. I get a text message or I get an email or a phone call from Steven Spielberg or some shit. And they be like, I got a 7-year-old girl or 7-year-old boy that just did this or did that. I need you to come over here and watch me do this. And what? Hell no. Hell no. And a lot of people think it's a joke, or I'm embellishing, or I'm exaggerating. This shit ain't no joke. Alpha from Little Rascals. I did a reaction video to that. He's telling you they touched on him, they groomed him when he was on the show. When he was doing that show, matter of fact, multiple movies that he was in, they groomed him. The kid from Drake and Josh, he spoke on it. I did a reaction video to that. I've done at least 5 to 7 videos on child actors who have openly voiced their thoughts about what happens in Hollywood. Why does this all correlate? It does because they get them at a young age, and they're usually old men and old women. These niggas are rich, they bored, they've done all the freaky shit that they can possibly do. They're trying to find other ways to reinvent it, other rituals, other things that they can fulfill their appetite with. Why you think you see Kevin Hart, and I don't remember what year he went from on a 3-year, 4-year run. Like the nigga was just in every movie, everything. You know, every actor has. I could think of a couple people besides him. Like they just was moving, collab. Like damn, where everybody else at? Where's Hugh Jackman at? Where's some of these other black actors and actresses we ain't seen in years? I made a post asking about that. Like, where's everybody at? I'm not seeing nobody. But I keep seeing this person over and over and over. And then it dawned on me. These niggas is doing stuff for it. They're absolutely 1000% doing stuff for it. All right. Riddle me this. You just are very passionate about politics or religion or spirituality. Nobody notices them. Why is it so hard for them? Like, think about it for a second. If people are that good, you would think that it would just instantly happen for them, but it don't. But then still, you see a small select group who's always in the limelight, or they just get catapulted up there. Ice Spice is one person that I can think of. I had to sit back and read that real quick. It's weird. It is, because I'm not looking at everybody who got on camera chemistry and I'm thinking, oh, they having sex, they sleeping with each other. Nah, I'm not perverse like that. I just think that y'all good at what you do, and I'm all about that. Especially if I'm taking an hour out of my day, or I'm spending $18 on Netflix or whatever I'm using to consume this content. I want to see decent performances from the people, and if you got on-screen chemistry, I'm all for it. But I'm not just going to automatically assume that there's some weirdo stuff going on, infidelity or otherwise. This man done had like this. I believe this is his second wife. This is his second wife. Cheated on your first one. And like that's the part. Yo.
Stop it. Get some help.
We still operate under alleged. This is your second wife. Hypothetically speaking, if this is true, and we'll see that soon enough, how does the second wife look at Kevin Hart's history and think that she's going to be any different than the person that he was with before? I've never understood that. You can say don't judge a person by their past, but shit, nah. Because every week his shit just keeps being romantic with you and doing. Are you like what's you know that little bubble, that dream bubble that pop up in cartoons when somebody be talking to you and then you just drift off into your own world? I think a lot of women like this specifically, y'all do that shit. You don't give a damn about none of that until mission has been accomplished. All you can see is ching, 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 ching. Here comes the money. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money. Dollar, dollar. Then after the damage is done, you want to play victim. Woe is me. I'm so destroyed. He played with my emotions. He broke my heart. I was so loyal and faithful to him. Why did he do it? Why? Crying your ass off on social media. You on Donahue. You on Maury Povich. Shannon Sharp about to make a killing off your ass. You don't say. You don't say. Shannon Sharp get that video. That shit going viral instantly. Everybody gonna clip it up. Kevin Hart's second wife found out allegedly that The Rock has been laying the smack of down on Kevin Hart's poutine pie.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration? I didn't. Please, continue.
I did not know that. I did not know that. That's nasty work. Look, hey, I'm not judging. I'm just saying I didn't know that. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like you can, I can't. But there are people. If you work around them long enough, you can wear off on them and start to build like this little relationship out of nowhere. It happens all the time. I'll never be attracted to a dude though. That's one thing that's out the window. Maybe they're just real good friends. That shit I hate that too. Can like explain to me why, since you brought that up, why is it that a man can't have a best friend without there being like this weird, oh, they must be butt buddies, or they must be bumping uglies or crossing swords or some. Why do women do that when they are actually friends with their boys? They like to hang, go to games, sports, drink, do shit like that. They confide in them. Like, that's like, there's a different type of a camaraderie with male friends versus a man and a woman being friends. But then it's like, y'all be thinking like the nigga can't be happy without attaching something must be sexually going on. Chef, what up? What up? I'm making my way through here. I always had a thing about men wearing dresses. Mrs. Doubtfire was a fire movie, a classic, and rest in peace to Robin Williams. But I always had a thing against it. Always. It's not normal. I don't think there's anything worth that. The shit remind me of 300. It's either 300 or it's part 2. Leonidas, he told the weird looking drink, he told him, man, I know you want to fight with us and all that, but you just not built like that. You're not going to be able to hold us down. You know what I'm saying? I got another job for you. He ain't like that. So he turned his back on the ass, went over to Xerxes. Xerxes had a whole bunch of hoes in the cave, wherever the hell he was. They all naked, scissoring and shit, smoking pot, getting high as hell. Shit looked like Christmas. And he went over there, he sold his soul. He's like, man, hey, look, if I can get that, all right, cool. I'll tell you where all of them at. That's how I feel about the men doing that shit. I don't know what type of situation Robin Williams had going on over there. I just don't believe none of them are innocent or free of any type of dirt. You probably stuck your finger up somebody's butt. I'm pretty sure you done cuckold a couple of these people in here. See, I don't be knowing about none of that shit. I don't, because I don't be that invested in a person's sexual lifestyle. That's your thing. The only reason we here now is because folks have been saying this forever. If I got a homeboy that I'm cool with, I can't talk to you because you get sensitive about everything. You want to fight and shit. I can't get no ass. You want to withhold sex and all type of stuff because I'm telling you something that this fool ain't gonna take to heart. They gonna laugh at it and clown with me You, on the other hand, you're gonna be pissed at me for the next 2 weeks because I said it. Why does that automatically make me gay, or why is it even insinuated that that might be a situation? That shit is weird to me. Some of y'all need to grow up. Do what y'all do. Don't act like you clean and you pure. Nigga, I know everybody in Hollywood did something. Y'all not innocent. Y'all just get away with it more, and people accept it more. The same things that y'all will condemn me and everybody in here for, you're not gonna do that for them. That's why they still on top where they at. Cardi B done said some of the most disrespectful shit to the black culture. That ain't stop y'all. It's funny that I had this conversation earlier with Sarah about undercover men being with women and men at the same time, using that as an excuse to hide the fact that you into boys or whatever, so that the public appearance doesn't get affected by your lifestyle, because that means your brand deals might get messed up. Your relationships with certain people might drop off the face of the earth because you are associated with this, and we can't have nothing to do with that. So it's all possible. That had to be AI. That can't be real. $60. You joking? You gotta be joking. You gotta be. Like, I ain't been to a movie theater in like 2 years, 3 years. $60. $60. All right. That better cover my gas for the entire week. Don't marry somebody knowing damn well you got a dark history, unless y'all made the agreement that, all right, look, I got to keep up a public appearance, so I'm going to use you as my trophy, and you're going to basically be my fake wife, fake girlfriend, or whatever it is. We'll go out in public and shake hands and kiss babies and do all that. But this is just so I keep my publicist happy and everybody else happy. If that's what you're doing, all right. But to be just dibbling and dabbling and nobody knows what you're doing, not even the person that you said I do to. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just came back to the comment. Yeah, the work husband, work wife stuff. Classic excuse. Apologies for the buffer. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I've been having little technical issues like that. Might be because of the storm over here. Still doing it? Yeah, I don't know. It might be because I'm on the Wi-Fi. I'm not directly with the Ethernet, or maybe it's because it's storming. Nah, it ain't me. Maybe, well, shit. Maybe I said something that I shouldn't have said. It ain't, nigga. It ain't like I'm Raiders of the Lost Ark and I just pulled some files out. They got all type of names. It's just my opinion. Like it's either it's real or it's not. If it's real, it's not going to change nothing. People are still going to watch Kevin Hart. People are still going to watch The Rock. It's not going to change a single thing. They probably end up getting love more for it than hate it. They probably end up being sponsors for the LG, the alphabet community. I'm not about to do the alphabet community. They might end up being sponsors for the House of Representatives. Make them president. Wouldn't be surprised if they tried that. Nothing's going to change. I don't want to be Hollywood. I don't want to go in there. Let me create my own. Let me create my own version of it, where nobody has to go to this person, that person, or this person to get their product out there. We ain't in a basement drinking bat blood and eating squirrel tail to create hits. This man tripping. The Rock tripping. If it's false, I hope the person who made that clip go back and redact it. And you owe an apology to the general public. I've been wrong plenty of times, and I've spoken on things, and I was inaccurate about the information. I ain't seen Dustin Hoffman in ages. Is he still alive? I agree. I definitely agree. When I looked and watched a few of those movies, I just thought, well, they just having fun. There ain't nothing bad about any of that, man. They boys. We did that in high school. We used to sit on the porch and Joan and cut up for hours, smoking, drinking, all that. That's typical stuff. But y'all been saying, no, matter of fact, not only that, hold up. She said Shaq too. She said that man was messing around with Shaq too. What? Y'all play too much, man. Leave them people alone. Leave them alone. The least of my concerns is what they doing. Like, go ahead, talk about the Epstein files. Let's expose that. Let's get the troops out of Iran and out of Israel and all that. Let's bring our peoples back home. Let's talk about these prisoners that are getting their organs harvested and their families don't got no answers for it. or these pedophiles that y'all keep letting back out in the street. There's way more important stuff that we could be covering. I got you with the hetero life mate stuff. That was why I was talking about why do people or why do certain women assume that a guy is gay because they're like this with their homeboy. I never understood that part. I might end up having to do something separate on that. Okay, all right. I thought you was talking about like they were actually like that or something. Gotcha. I stand corrected. Like either way, it wouldn't have made a difference to me. I'm not going to be affected by that. There's impressionable minds though that would watch these films and they might look at it and think that something is clearly okay with this because I'm 10 years old, 12 years old watching this stuff. An adult is not going to look at that and easily be influenced by it. But like, I digress. Most likely, most likely. Um, let them live. Let them do them. Whatever your heart's desire. If you cheating on your wife, first of all, I don't feel bad for her because you should have known better. You know it's history. But to get cheated on with a dude, I know that would have to hurt. I believe that as well. I do. It's like, all right, I like pizza, but if I eat pizza for an entire month straight, I'm not gonna really want to deal with it no more for a long time. Might be a whole year before I touch it again. My taste buds gonna want something else. That's how I feel about people who are overly sexual. You know what that sound like? It sound like the enemy. That's exactly what that sound like. I come to you and tell you I can give you your heart's desire. The world is yours. Everything that you could ever imagine. All you got to do is bow to me. I see you. I see your efforts. I know you want to be the man. You want to be the it girl. Okay. I can make that happen. The price of admission is, well, are you willing? Are you willing to go down that road? If so, it's right here. You don't have to wait in the line. You're not going to have to post every day. You're not going to have to rally everybody around you to support you. You ain't going to have to come out your pocket thousands of dollars to promote You ain't gonna have to try to convince people to invest in you. You ain't gonna have to. All you got to do is do this. It's yours. And then, like, the offer is a quick fix to a shortcut to a painful ending. I think Kevin, I think The Rock, I don't know if he started out that way, but he might have ended up in that way, because I remember The Rock from the Attitude Era transitioning. He don't look nowhere near like what he used to. He looked like he done seen some shit. He didn't look like he done seen some stuff, and not in a good way. He don't even look like The Rock no more. He look like Ariana Grande. That shit changed. It changed your identity. It changed your soul. It changed your mentality. It changed your perception of humans. I'm sorry. Even like with the little sins that I do, I've recognized what it has done to me. It make you an ugly person. And these are the just tiny things that happen. Imagine doing what they do. You ever notice how much sin transform a person? It don't just affect you internally. That's the stuff that y'all hide. But the stuff that you hide, it restructures your outer appearance in the process. You can visibly see it on people. I'm cool. Yeah. Yeah. Drugs, alcohol, opioids. I smoke weed. I drunk. I've seen the gateway. I've seen the other side. It's not pretty. Hold on. But that's like, all right. I got a question. Does a person being bisexual, transgendered, gay, does any of that nullify the work that they did? See, for me personally, I don't care about your sexual preferences. Um, I have an issue with the innuendo, the ritualistic practices that are being presented in nuance through the content that we consume. So, like, all right, I'm gonna close out with these final thoughts. If you are strategically using shapes and numbers, and you're wearing certain wardrobe from 1605 and shit like that represents this or that, yeah, I have an issue with that. Because, like, you're literally practicing sorcery in front of everybody's face, and we don't know it because we just think you putting on a show for the people, and it's actually more to it than what we really discuss. I hope y'all split that $100. $60 for popcorn is ridiculous. I guess the only power that are in secrets is the power to control the other person that you're holding the secret over. Other than that, nah, that's slavery. Any for the future reference, I'm like real talk. I done had streams fuck up on me a lot. And it don't really be about nothing technical other than the fact that I start to speak on certain stuff that makes spirits uncomfortable. I praise and I give glory and honor to the Most High. Even if I'm like cussing and I try to watch that, but no matter what I do, I'm always going to do that. But if I start to speak on things that's outside of the norm, or there's a topic specific, I'll have things happen to my streams out of nowhere. It wasn't, what, 2 weeks ago or less, I was having nothing but mic problems, glitching problems. I didn't modify nothing. But I appreciate y'all for hanging in there. The enemy been fighting me for a very long time. Everything that I do, but I would rather do it my way than to try to sign over my life so that I can have 1 million people giving me a thumbs up. You can read a book and somebody prayed over it. You can read words in a post or a quote and somebody prayed over it before you read it. Or the way that it was written was strategically placed that way so that it could have an effect on you. But nobody's really ready to go down that hole. That's too deep. That's way too, like, man, what is he talking about? All right. Okay. Symbols matter. All this stuff matters. At the end of, if it come out that is true, that's on you and him and everybody involved. That's your business. It's not going to stop the money. I don't know if The Rock is going to be able to come back to the WWE and get in the ring, though. Your career is over, brother. You are no longer the pie eating, Brahma bull riding, blah, blah, blah. You ain't that no more, sir. You can go ahead and let that go. Who live forever? Who live forever? Nah, they ain't none of them niggas living forever. They think they are. They try their best to. They spend millions of dollars trying to live forever. And that ain't happening. No matter how much money you spend on that. One of the Rothschilds, one of the Rockefellers, he had 10 or 11 heart operations. How do you manage to get that many heart operations? This man was like 99, 98 years old. He just kept going under the knife over and over and over again. He knew what was up. He was scared to death. He saw what was on the other side waiting on him. He was not trying to see that. I'm glad I'm not the only one that see this stuff or think about this stuff. That's sad, man. You can't put nothing past a single human on this planet. And even looking at your post, conspiracy queen, looking at your post, most people would look at that and say, "You done lost your damn mind." That don't even sound right. That don't make no sense. But it actually makes all the sense in the world, considering what people are willing to do out here. Yeah, I can absolutely see that. And I believe it happens. I believe it's happening right now as we speak. Yeah. Agreed. It's not coming out. I didn't even expect it to. People just gave up on it. Like, we still ask for it, but we know we're not really going to ever get it. And the real accountability is going to come on Judgment Day, because nobody can avoid that. You can't bribe your way out of that. Then y'all can go ahead and think you getting out on people. Don't make a difference. But Kevin, you and Dwayne, you made a decision. Live with your decision. Whatever come with it, you obviously was willing to risk it. I thought Cat Williams was just BSing around when he said that shit. I didn't take no light to it. I thought people were just joking. But it might be some truth. That sound familiar too? You can have all your eyes can see, but do that sound familiar? You can't please nobody anymore. This generation of women, they never going to be happy. You can't be too loud. You can't be too soft. You can't be too broke. You can't be too rich. And if you are too rich, you don't have enough time for me. You don't have enough this. You don't have enough that. You don't have enough this. You can't do that. You can't do that. Oh, you got the BMW this. You got the Phantom, but you ain't got the updated version of it. You're 6'7". Oh, but he's 6'8". Oh, you want them to be sensitive. Oh, you're not sensitive enough. Oh, you're too sensitive. You want them to be open and honest. Oh, you're too honest. You're way too honest. You're hurting my feelings. You don't like me. You're gay. You want space. Oh, you're giving me too much space. I feel like I'm not satisfied because You spend too much time away from me. I gotta go find somebody who's gonna be this or your attention span is 5 seconds, 10 seconds. You can't sit and watch a 2 to 3 minute video without scroll, 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 scroll. Everybody got to be dancing for you. Everybody got to be pop locking it. I gotta do all that. If you ain't performing like Chris Brown, nobody wants you around. If you ain't got a whole bunch of theatrics going on with your content, nobody wants to be bothered. You got to have fireworks, and you got to have moon bounces and animations crossing through the screen and all type of shit for people to be impressed. You'd be lucky to find quality friendship of any kind in 2026. Congratulations. The Jim Carrey thing, I don't know where yet. I know they thought that the man was replaced. I did a stream on that. It was for a couple of months. People were saying, "Oh, they killed Jim Carrey and replaced him with somebody else, put a face on somebody else." Cloning. Yo, that's crazy as hell, man. What? You clone Jim Carrey? You clone Martin Lawrence? You clone Gina Waters? Nope. We got robots out here. We got humanless or soulless humans walking around here cosplaying as people we once loved and adored. I respect people like that, though. If you ain't sell your butt and I would have more respect for someone who said I would rather give it all up to keep my soul intact, to keep my dignity intact. What? I wouldn't be able to live with myself knowing that I had a penis in my mouth or some shit like that, or somebody pegged me. I couldn't. Even if you gave me $1 billion, just knowing that another man invaded my privacy like that, I'd probably kill myself. Real talk. I wouldn't be able to live with that. Or you eating kids, drinking their blood, wearing their skin as face masks and all that. What? Don't even get me started on The Rock with that whole fire thing with Oprah out there in them islands when that shit was burning down and they ain't want the people on their property and all that. So we watch these movies, we happy. It distracts us from the day. But when it's all said and done, it's like some people still got to go back home and live normal lives, just like the rest of us. And we don't know how they live them. And it's not my place to be all up in there dictating nothing. The only ritual that I want to follow is the one that doesn't have me try to invoke spirits from the nether realm. I ain't trying to be walking around here with a side dude or a side chick named Beelzebub or something like that. And nah, I rebuke that in the name of the Father, the Son, and the precious Holy Spirit in Jesus' name. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart and soul. I prefer this process. I don't want liars around me. I don't want nobody who is spiritually sick around me. Destitute of the Creator. I don't want users around me. I don't want manipulators around me. I want to help put the light in dark places. I don't want to feed the swine though either. Yes, I want to see the world. Yes, I want to blow up. Yes, I want certain things. I'm not, if I can't do it traditionally in my way and organically without having to build my structures off of someone else's pain and misery, then it just isn't in the cards. And I'm all right with that. Yeah, that's that rabbit hole. You start peeling layers back, then you gotta keep going. I've done that. We've talked about this before. When I start scrolling on IG and I'm laughing, I want to keep laughing. I want to. Ain't nobody trying to be miserable all day or depressed or whatever your emotion is. You trying to get that up off you, so you go to what is most therapeutic. I get to scrolling. Next thing you know, 30 minutes then went by. I'm still scrolling. That's how it is with these situations. Because now I want to know more. How much of this is out there that we ain't talking about? Yeah, we started out here with Kevin Hart and The Rock, but it always ends up turning into something new. Yeah, it's all a scam. All of it. All of it. Yeah, yeah. That that touches on what I said about the algorithm, how people can be a slave to it. So I talk about everything. I record and post about everything. I get penalized for that though. You know why? Because there's a specific niche that I'm supposed to follow. And if I don't follow that, they're not going to give me the same type of love and respect that they would somebody who is handcuffed to a specific thing. I don't want to be that because at some point you're going to get tired of it. You're going to get sick. You're going to get tired of Chris Brown singing about the same stuff. You're going to get tired of Trump with the same speeches, et cetera, et cetera. It's a whole lot of bunch of bull. I want to be diverse because talk on and I do things that different people enjoy. Some people enjoy poetry, some people enjoy short stories, some people enjoy the stream, some people enjoy the reactions. It's I just want to tap into everything. I'm not going to be controlled or limited. You know, sad that bougie popcorn you talking about, it ain't even nothing but regular popcorn that you get from the corner store. It don't even be nothing special about it. They put fancy little titles and then can call it something just what? No, it's the same crap that I've been getting since I was 8 years old. I can buy popcorn kernels and make my own. It's the same thing. $80, $60? Nope. I bootleg everything. Oh, God. You're not about to rip me off. Everything going up and all that. No, I'm cheap. They got apps for all that. Whatever you want to go see, new or old, app. I'm going to the app. I don't care. I watch the little ads. I skip them little annoying ass ads that pop up. I'm not about to sit up here and pay $100. No. Oh, let me see something. Cheap. They more than welcome. They more than welcome. You know me. I don't mind digging. I'm not political. I'm not censored. I don't care about trying to impress nobody. I just be up here talking my stuff. Everything has a receipt. Everything. Nothing is off limits. And as stubborn as hard headed as I am, I know I'm on the chopping block just like everybody else. These are just time capsules. Anybody who decides to go back and watch any of this in the future, just know if you're seeing this in 3045, if YouTube and this world is still here by then, ooga booga, ooga booga. I just created a new language for y'all. Nah, it's like it you should have seen it coming when they released the files on CIA website. Yeah, uh-huh. I'm cool. I don't trust nobody, bro. I don't. Everybody be lying, man. Nobody know how to tell the truth. Or they want something. They not just there because they want to be there. It's something that they trying to get out of you or out of the situation. And if they can't, you are an enemy of the state. Not messing around with them. and all those they influence to the sin they flaunted. Talk your shizness is.
The world, friend. Shit, not just the city, the world.
They all flexing. The Rock, Kevin, all of them. Sexy Red, Naomi Campbell, Sydney Sweeney, all of them. And then we sitting back looking at them jealous or envious, not really understanding, like, yeah, you might want to back the ball for this. It's not what you think it is at all. Promise you that. That only come with experience. You know what's interesting about this? I don't know if I can find that video. I started to do a reaction on it, I swear. I might have too. But they were talking about the way that Washington, D.C. is, how it's like constructed, that there's this pentagram type of a design. Like if you were looking from the satellite, Washington, D.C. is in like this weird satanic pentagram shape. I can't articulate it the way that the video did. It got my wheels turning though. It really had me like, you don't say. Well, I find it, and I probably will because they be listening to our conversations. It'll pop up. I'm gonna share it to G14 Classified. I will come back and do a whole stream on it. Cause that one got real interesting. Like it was talking all type of symbols and demonic stuff, and how actually the way that they set it up is like it channels. Yeah, it might not be nothing, but it might be everything too. Yeah, yeah. We screwed in, like we screwed anyway though. Everything that's happening is prophetic, so it wouldn't have mattered one way or another. All this stuff has to happen. You get your own Don DeMarco for that.
Don DeMarco.
I'm glad you said it. Some stuff, if I mention it, it just goes out the window. When other people are noticing what I'm noticing, now we're getting somewhere. Now it is more, what's the word? It's more solidified that we're not just rambling, we're actually noticing these patterns, and they're repetitive, so much so that you can't really ignore it or pretend like it don't exist. No, some of us actually have the experience and the wisdom and the knowledge to support what we are trying to articulate. Hold up. Makeup artist doing a bit. They cloned Tyrone. I was going to mention it. I didn't know if anybody saw it. I saw it. I watched it a couple times. Uh-huh. I tried to do a clone episode. That was interesting. I like, unless you are one of them people, it's not going to really excite you that much. I like talking about that type of stuff because I believe that we do have them. On a scale of 1 to 10, I rate that movie a 7. 7. I liked what was the trait? It'll come to me later on. It was all right though. Of course not. You know how this stuff just gets swept under the rug. What I say earlier, quick fix. We need that constant dopamine spike. I'll watch a reel 20 times. Once I done had my fill of it, I got to go to something else. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying I'm proud of it. Yeah. Shout outs. That's the speculation of Corey because it was abused by Charlie Sheen. Hey, these industry people, man, they be really out here touching on kids. They be getting away with a whole lot. That's why I don't know why folks be so invested in them. Why are you so quick to give away your money to these people? Man, they monsters. You gotta be so comfortable with it. Just like, here, take it. And they're saying the same thing. Take it. But when they take it, you ain't the same person that you was when you came in. In my neighborhood, in your neighborhood, we talk about this in church a lot. Witches and warlocks. Again, I did a reaction video on this too, Conspiracy Queen. I've talked about it. I've covered everything. I'm gonna say so far that I can think of 3 separate videos. 2 women, 1 guy. They both describe their experiences with being warlocks and witches. They talk about it in full detail. It's not what people think it is. But see, like I said, my algorithm is weird. Because you might see me talking about Lil Bootsy one day. The next day, I'm talking about the climate change. the data centers draining all the water, or someone giving a testimony about going to hell. I'm like all over the place. I don't like being stuck in one spot. Globally, yep. Nolan Wells. Nolan Wells. The news on Nolan Wells is they are covering it up. The people are full of shit. Brandon Tatum is a coon. He is a traitor. He is doing everything in his power to make it look like nothing foul happened. Matter of fact, at Nubian Queen, I hope I said that right. Check out a video I uploaded on Sunday. I believe it was Sunday. It speaks in detail about that. There's a woman that goes by J Megan on TikTok. She's still breaking the story down, right? In this clip, I think it's like 20 minutes or so, because she really had a lot to say, and she goes into so much detail over this case. You cannot listen. You can't listen to what she said and not believe that there was foul play. There's another video that I'm getting ready to drop. She is the Angela Lansbury of TikTok. She's like Candace Owens, but she's white. She went into their family history. She went back to all types of connections to Bart, to Warren. To answer your question, they know what's going on. Long story short, just my summary. They know what's going on. They're covering it up. They're making excuses. The only reason why this is dragging out as long as it is because they really want the people to forget. They want the family to forget about it. They want everybody to brush it aside, and nobody's about to let up off of it. God has put his light on Mississippi. Mississippi has been doing so much foul to the people that now all of that is starting to fall on them. But I wish I could pull up the actual. Matter of fact, let me see if I can do that before I actually. I'm gonna see if I can do that. I'm gonna try to copy the link. I'll post it in here so you can go directly to it and see for yourself. Matter of fact, while I'm at it, at Chef or anybody in here that has a channel, or you got anything going on that you want to share with the people, you more than welcome to share your link in the comment section. I have no problem with that, because y'all don't spam and y'all don't be on that weird troll stuff. I'm looking for it right now. I think here it is, right here. She cracked the hidden code. Nolan Wells GPS coordinates. I'm about to put it in the link. I mean, in the comment section. Just in case anybody wants to check that out. If you like, if you're curious about what's going on with that, here you go. This is what I recently got right here. I don't know if you can go to that link from here or not, because but it's there. Um, it might not be clickable. You might have to copy and paste it. Let me get to these. I'm trying to get to these comments. Let's see. They want. Yeah, I'm not with that. I'm not with that at all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This shit gets exhausting. It does because you're trying to basically tell me what to do with my platform, and I'm not going for that. Nah, I'm not doing that. Because the second you start doing that, you're going to end up like Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel just got all that smoke because she made that tweet about Nolan Wells, and the people came for her. She's a very, very popular streamer. Millions, millions of followers. And they trying to tell her how to voice her opinion. No, man, I think not. You're not about to tell me nothing. Talk about whatever I want. That's the beauty of social media. That's the beauty of freedom of speech. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm gonna have to think. I'm glad you said something. I'm gonna have to find that. I'm gonna look for that when I get up off it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Hold on.
Bang, 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 bang.
Shout outs to the chat, man. Y'all been cooking. Um, that's gonna be another episode. I'm definitely gonna have to spin back on that. They probably be pissed off at me for talking about that too. Hey, y'all do what y'all will with that. I'm not surprised by anything anymore. Mm. Uh-huh. Oh, I'd say they cloned Tyrone about that. So, Get Out was more psychological sound. I didn't see that. I need to watch that. I'm behind on a lot. I'll be like I'm at the point where I'll be trying to protect myself from certain stuff, but I do need to check that one out. I'm so used to it. I don't really care at this point. The shadow ban and stuff, you can only get away with that for so long. You're not going to be able to stop that once the right people see what you got going on, because you're not going to mix with everybody, but the ones that really like what you do, no matter what it is, they're going to make sure that you're seen and you're heard. I got more respect for that because you ain't forcing, or you're not trying to finesse a person into genuinely messing with what you're doing. You just automatically tapped in. Yeah, you done spoke on a few things that I've addressed here just recently. I didn't even make that one public yet. There's a woman who does ADHD content, black woman, and she exposes a white woman for stealing her work verbatim. I haven't dropped it yet, but it touches on exactly what you just said here. Uh, yeah. Hold up. Heating of the earth is because of the fight against pollution. People getting rid of pollution. Do you? I don't believe that. I don't buy that at all. I don't believe people are recycling. I don't believe people care. I think it's getting worse because we had the flood. We're not supposed to get flood any water anymore. The next thing that's supposed to hit us is fire. This is my thoughts. They said that over the years it was going to get worse though. I'm just grateful right now that it hasn't been scorching out because in some places it's reaching 114 degrees, like 114 degrees. This case, this case exposes a lot. This case opens a lot of conversations. All I care about is that young brother getting justice. I don't care about the racial stuff. Just put the assholes who are responsible behind bars. I heard the audio. You're not going to convince me that I didn't hear what I heard. And after listening to this woman give that breakdown, I mean, we've already spoken about this a few times already, and you know, it's not going nowhere yet. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get really ugly. I would even dare to warn the people out there to be safe, be careful, man, because Mississippi is pissed off. Mississippi is extremely angry at Nancy Grace. That's another one I gotta cover. I might do that shit tomorrow. I don't know yet. They not playing though. They really don't want nobody to be talking about it no more. Sleepy and complacent. Worn out. I wonder why. Like the people don't really think that folks are going. This is why I do what I do. Because I be going down that rabbit hole so much. I talk about the stuff that people think be bullshit. So you can actually go back and reference everything that I say here. I got it. I might have to start like refreshing those. One dude say he was a real warlock or whatever it was. It started out with him at the age of like 6 years old, and then once he hit 21 or something like that, that's when he actually officially became one or something like that. That's a whole lot, man. I was just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. What's tomorrow? Wednesday. It's me and Brandon tomorrow morning, King's Table. Sydney is back on later that evening. Kevin Hart, Dwayne Johnson. Best of luck to everybody. Yeah, that medical examiner doesn't have a great track record at all. Not really sure how they still got a job. Well, never mind. I just answered my own question. Nah, they wouldn't. They won't. Not knowing that they don't own any of it. They just as much as a slave as everybody else. They don't know though. They think they eternal. They're the ones that found the fountain of youth. All right, you're getting a one-way ticket first class. Shout out to Jay Megan again, man. Y'all really need to check that one out because she was on one. The one that she did just recently, that's another one that I gotta get up here because she just boom, 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 bam. Like, damn. What? Oh, oh, yeah, y'all not gonna be able to lie your way out of this. No. Yo, I'm gonna chill. That's a whole nother train. We gonna have to spin back on that. 200. 200. They can't live forever. They're gonna have to answer for all that. Guaranteed. They can't take that money with them. All that money that they out here blowing is gonna go right to the hands of the needy and the broke and the broken and all the ones that was rich in spirit. They just on borrowed time. But I digress. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. This is the first time in a while I've gone 2 hours straight. So, like, real talk, I appreciate y'all for sharing y'all thoughts. Y'all even was putting me on the stuff that I wasn't even aware of. So much love to everybody who was in the building. We're gonna keep on covering that Nolan Wales story. And matter of fact, I got other cases that I'm getting ready to jump into from other black kids of recent that have been found hanging out there. It's not just about Nolan Wales. There's others. That's why I said God is shining his light on Mississippi. They've been getting away with too much. And we got more names, more faces. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. That's all I can say. But I hope y'all enjoy y'all evening. Have a blessed night. Drive safe if you gotta be out on the road in the morning. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow, Lord willing. Yeah, it's nonstop. It's nonstop. But hey, they've been getting away with this for so long. Ain't no avoiding it now. I knew it was bad when I did that story on the 200 bodies in unmarked graves behind one of Mississippi's prisons. But that's neither here nor there. Y'all be easy. I'm about to get out of here, man. I'll see you guys on the flip. Do me a solid before you go, if you don't mind.
What's the goddamn button?
Peace.
The flow insane, take my spot, so the range. Shoot my shot with perfect aim. 3rd degree, that perfect flame. Ain't no sleep, that's the game. Oh, so southern, that's the slang. When they see me, that's the main. Chasing checks and fly like planes. Big old stick, I bought a cane. Flick my wrist and bought the ring. I'm so boss, we're not the same. Paid the cost and kept the change. Now I'm walking Hall of Fame. And I reside in the cloud. Grand wishes with these bitches. Taking